Now, what if we want to do something more complicated? What you will commonly see in Python, and we'll do a lot of these in this course, is basically the use of loops. Loops are very valuable because it allows us to do many operations all together fairly quickly without having to write lots of code. A loop can take different forms. One of the forms is a conditional loop, what's called a while loop. So let's define what a while loop is. First, let's define two variables, a and b. Here what you're seeing is a shortcut way of defining two variables. So a comma b equals 0 comma 1. So a, be on the left side of the equal sign, is assigned the value of 0 on the right side of the equal sign, and b is assigned the value of 1. Again, on the left, b the variable, and 1 the value on the right of the equal sign. So this is a nice way. We can add 3, 4, as many as we want actually. So Python allows us to do this very simply, defining many variables very easily with one line of code. Now let's see what the value of b in a conditional statement is in different times as we loop through some set of iterations. So 1,000, let's say, numbers, so long as basically b is less than 1,000. So this is a conditional. It's saying that if, or basically while b is less than 1,000, so as it iterates and the value that b is less than 1,000 is true, then do the following set of operations. The first is a print statement, so just print me what the value of b is. So it should print what b is so long as b is less than 1,000. But I'm going to do something a little tricky here. I'm going to evolve a and b as I'm going through this while loop. So b plus a and b. So this is basically saying a is going to be equal to b, and b will equal a plus b. So what's happening here is, though, is that this operation will only happen at the end of the while loop. So it will not be true when the print statement is printing. It will only happen after we go back into the while loop a second time around. And that makes a difference. The order in which things happen affect what's going to happen in our conditional statement. So if we run it, for instance, here, we'll see that we get a sequence of numbers that very rapidly increases, although it initially starts with 2 ones. So you see that it prints 1 and then it prints 1 again. Why is that? So you can see b is assigned the value of 1. So the first time around, in the first iteration, it prints b, which is 1. The second time around, although it's been evolved, what we've done here is now tell that it's basically 0 plus 1, so a plus b, even though we've told it a equals b. So that evolution will not happen until later. So now what we're telling it is to basically print the value 1 again, because we've made a plus b, in this case 0 plus 1, the value of b. So the fact that it's equal to 1 plus 1, which is 2, does not happen until the third iteration. And so that's why that evolution happens the way you see it.